That's right, we're getting Alien and Predator as new champions to unlock in Raid Shadow Legends. So I thought we'd take a look at what's coming, starting with the Xenomorph chase. We're getting him day 7 after just logging in. He's going to be another legendary champion login reward, which is awesome. Let's have a look at the abilities. The Xenomorph poisons its foe, so this could be a really good poison champion, which is going to be really good for a lot of areas of content, especially for those that are a bit newer to the game. And retreats into the darkness, ready to lash out at enemies. Infests a target, strikes true fear into all enemies, and self-revives when the target under infest dies. So it's true fear, poison, and can revive itself as well. Wow. Unleashing ferocious attacks on a single target, the Xenomorph deals more damage against poison foes, and the Xenomorph spits out lots of poison debuffs and decreases enemies' defenses when they're under poison. This is going to be a really good champion for a lot of areas of content. Bosses, Spider is going to be good for even Arena with that true fear coming into play. And the rewards are looking pretty good too. So on the phase 2, once you've logged in for 7 days, you can complete some pretty easy tasks each day to get 5-star perfect soul for the Xenomorph and a primal shard and some other goodies as well, which is pretty awesome, I must say. Now, if you don't want to miss out on the Xenomorph and Predator, which we'll talk in a little minute about, and you don't want to miss out on some really good champions for a new account right now, click the link in the description or scan the QR code above. You're going to get all of these champions you see on screen, and Xenomorph, and also the chance to get Predator if you get the new Champion Pass. Let's take a look at that now. Okay, so here's the Champion Pass. This time what they're doing is offering the Predator as an end reward for the elite version of the Champion Pass. So we've seen Forge Passes before. This is the Champion Pass. Let's have a little look at this. So, interestingly, there's 2 different tracks for the path here, right? We've got the normal version and then the elite version. So if you get the elite version, you'll get both tracks, and there's a lot of charms. We've got chickens, energy, we've got some 6-star instinct gear, we've got an avatar as well, we've got brews, more charms, more chickens, a feast, and then right at the end, we have Predator himself. Now, we can take a little look at the Predator gameplay here. I'm very curious what that's going to be like. Right, we can have a little look at his abilities here. He has a bunch. We can't see the ability screen yet, but it looks like he's potentially good at soloing buses. At least that's the way he's being used in gameplay here. So he's going to put down an ability, Yelcher Cloak, and then Dragon Hide, Ignore Defense, a counter attack. He seems to be able to dodge damage. He can resist damage and ignore defense and do a AoE attack with a smart disc. Wait, we're going to need to slow this down. Hold up a minute. Let's watch this at like 2.5 times speed. Okay, so he does the cloak, blocks an entire attack. Okay. And then he can counterattack off of that. And he can throw a spear doing Dragon Hide, which blocks revives. Oh, interesting. And then he can do an ignore defense attack. That might be his A1. Here's the counter attack coming in, which does a claw strike, which is decent. And once again, there's that cloak blocking an entire attack. That's his passive. Interesting. And then he throws out the spear, which is an ignore defense. And then we can see him fighting the Iron Twins boss here. And let's see what we see here. Another spear throw. I think we saw one more ability in there. Yeah, the ignore defense and a boost turn meter. Yeah, the smart disc. Look at this. Does a lot of damage on multiple targets. So he's got a lot going for him. He's probably going to be a pretty good attacker champion. All right, let's have a look at the Predator himself. The design looks amazing. Wow. Based on Predator Badlands. That's great. Yeah. I can't wait to see the Predator's abilities. We've seen the Xenomorph, so I want to see the details for Predator. So I assume he's going to be an attack champion. It makes the most amount of sense. He's looking awesome for sure. And now we've got a look at the Xenomorph. And oh my goodness, does this look amazing. Look at the detail on the Xenomorph here. The animations, the background with the Xenomorph eggs. Look at the teeth. Like, there's even, like, drool coming out of the Xenomorph's teeth. Wow. They've really upped their game with the quality of these champions. I mean, this is true and true, the most perfect representation of the Xenomorph here. Really good job. All right, I want to take a closer look. We've got a bit of sort of gameplay of the Xenomorph's abilities in play. I want to take a look at that, kind of similarly to what we did with the Predator gameplay just now. All right, we're watching the Xenomorph gameplay now. It is pretty quick, pretty fast, so we might have a little bit of a slowdown. Once again, we're seeing the Xenomorph solo bosses, which is kind of crazy. Against a spider, which is curious. Yeah, okay, hang on a minute. Let us slow this down a little bit. I want to see this in detail. So the Rip and Claw ability. Ignore defense. Rip and Claw is going to be a good poison attack on the boss. Perfect Veil as well, right? Infestation. So, look, sending a bunch of poison down onto multiple targets. That's crazy. Is the infestation again? That sends out the face hugger. That's such a cool animation. You see that? Wow. There it is again. Bam, on the boss. And every oh, yeah, so all spiders get the true fear effect. Look at this. The Rip and Claw coming in. Wow. A AoE poison champ with some good poison damage and survivability here. That is looking pretty cool, I can't lie. All right, we need to talk about this, right? If both the Predator and the Xenomorph are coming to the game, how can we prepare for their release? Well, the thing is, usually you will have some kind of event, like a fragment event or a fusion event, but this time it's just a pass, right? We can get the Xenomorph for free, and we get the Predator just by buying the pass. So we don't have to worry about saving up resources like shards and stuff too much, but we do kind of want to look at sorting out our gear, right? We don't necessarily know what faction they'll be in, so kind of hard there, but we could focus on getting some good gear for these champions. We could try and do some farming to get some good 6-star gear. That's really going to help. And, you know, you could probably set aside some good 6-star sets. So what I would suggest is finding, they seem both like attack champions, finding critical damage gloves, and getting that up to level 16, finding a nice piece, and then try and getting as many other pieces here that can have good critical rate percent on the substat roll, so that you can get 100% critical rate and a lot of critical damage, right? It will also be good to try and set aside a nice set of 6-star speed boots. That's going to be really important, so that as soon as they come out, you're ready to go. And also, you're probably going to want to get some energy aside so that you can farm the Minotaur's Labyrinth, right? You're going to need to get their masteries done. If you buy the pass, then there's a lot of chickens in there, so you won't need to worry too many, about the chickens. But you're probably going to need to get together some 5-star chickens ready, like I have. I got a bunch ready to go. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 5-star chickens to go. You would only really need 10. And there's a couple in the past anyway. But pretty cool. Exciting times ahead. What do you think about these two champions? You excited? Which one are you more excited about? Let me know. And I see you all in the comments. Sorry.